Missouri State 7-7, but winners of their last 3.
Beginning of this game key for Evansville. They have not gotten off to good starts the last 3 games, including the last 2 in the Valley.
Aces first time down floor with Marvin Coleman. And to the inside, and a turnover, and there's Rafe Ayers, who has found a home in the Bears starting lineup over the course of this winning streak. And the Bears with this lineup that Coach Dana Ford has come to like a lot more, with Mayo, Ayers, Mogbo, Clay, and Ridgenall. A lineup that is working for Missouri State over their last 3 and wins over Central Michigan and then Northern Iowa and Drake. Evansville goes with Bobe, Coleman, Strawbridge, Toomey, and Calais. And after a fake, it is Sekou Calais with the miss.
Bears have bought into that big defense here the last few ball games. New starting lineup as well. They've had 8 different starting lineups this year, Don.
Underneath, Mogbo, reverse underneath move is good for Jonathan Mogbo to get it started for the Bears. So Evansville, the dish down low to Calais, and it's rejected. On the bench for Evansville, David Ragland, played 2 years at Missouri Southern right down the road in Joplin, Missouri, and then 2 years at Southern Indiana. The score, the Aces get it even. Marvin Coleman.
That's big for Evansville. They had gotten down 61-9 in their last 3 games to start off. So getting that early bucket means a lot.
Donovan Clay, it's a good look. Went over 1,000 career points in the Drake game, combining his time at Valparaiso, now in his 2nd year at Missouri State.
He had a huge game against Drake as well. 15 points, 8 rebounds. He had 4 assists and 4 blocked shots.
Step there, but a foul is called on Missouri State on Rafe Ayers. Evansville will take it down low. Coach Dana Ford in his 5th year, looking for win number 80 on the Bears bench this evening. That was a 52-49 win for the Bears on New Year's Day against Drake. This one spins out for Strawbridge. Missouri State on the board. And it got a little wild at the end of that Drake game with a timing snafu. Look at that. Dalen Ridgenall puts in the 3, and he is picking up where he left off after that big game at Northern Iowa with 24 points, 11 boards, and he scored 8 against Drake on New Year's.
Reigning newcomer of the week in the Valley this week after those performances.
From deep, it's good for Gage Bobe. His 2nd year, it's 23 games played by Bobe last year. Now Missouri State with Damian Mayo, and Bears work it out on the 3-point arc. Ridgenall cutting through. Great rebound by Mogbo and a miss. And it's saved in and will belong to Missouri State. Well, Mogbo maybe a little too close to the basket that time.
Yeah. Boy, he's been big on the glass. We see both Chance Moore and Kendall Moore, no relation, checking in. And boy, that's part of a great bench squad for Dana Ford. They come in averaging 27 points per game off the bench, including a season high and I think a school record 55 against Oral Roberts, Don.
Right, that 27 bench points per game is way up there nationally. And out to the arc for Ridgenall. The hot hand of Dalen Ridgenall knocks in another. He's already hit 2 and has 17 threes for the season now. The 10-5 start for Missouri State in this one. And it's Toomey working it against Clay. The pass is picked. It's Mogbo one-on-one with Bobe. And Mogbo gets it down.
The steal in the hoop for Mogbo. And boy, he is really, since he's gotten healthy early in the season, he battled injury. He's gotten healthy. He's been playing sensational basketball.
To the arc for three for Marvin Coleman. Out of Las Vegas, played 4 years at UNLV. And actually had a triple-double for the running Rebels in the 2020 season.
Yeah, he's the Aces leader this year, the point guard. Really, they look to him. He's got that experience, and they look to him to lead them back this season after a slow start.
Missed by Chance Moore. And the Aces just 4 down.
See the Bears with that high pressure man defense there, and the block at the end, but a foul, and we'll have a timeout here.
Original got the foul, and Mogbo gets a flush for a Bears 12-8 lead at the start, 5 minutes in.
Evansville history, Marcus Wilson and Craig Snow helped lead Evansville to the NCAA tournament in 1999. That was the last time they played in the Big Dance.
Last time the Bears did too.
They won the league that year. Marcus Wilson was the player of the year in the Valley.
Kenny Strawbridge going in, and that'll be called a held ball. And Missouri State will get the possession on the block. Evansville trying different things to try to get their season going. They wore black jerseys for the first time in their last game against Murray State. First time ever. It fell to the Racers 78-61 on New Year's Day. Six to shoot for the Bears. And it's Clay through the lane. The Aces back up floor. Bears have started out shooting 5 of 9. Rebound to Mogbo. 50% is a big number for the Bears. Under Dana Ford, they're 41-5 when they shoot 50% or better. Mogbo with a second dunk and 6 early points. Back up to the top, and Gabe Spinelli is on the floor now at guard for Evansville. Puts that one down. Gabe Spinelli, the first Division I player from his school, the Darrow School in New York. Foul as Mogbo backed it in. Preston Phillips is off the bench, and he gets the foul. Phillips out of Elkhart, Indiana. Mogbo coming out after some good work. 6 early points for Jonathan Mogbo.
Original back in for the Bears.
Chance Moore. Couple of misses, and the Bears will take it out of bounds. Chance Moore, the Bears' early season scoring leader, and he still is over the course of the season, but scoring has fallen off a little bit, but it's been picked up by the likes of Ridgenall and others. To the inside to Donovan Clay, and anytime the Bears get the ball that close to the basket, good things are going to happen.
Yeah, they're long and athletic, and Clay, of course, he can play all 5 positions on the floor. That time posting up down low, gets the easy basket.
Marvin Coleman might have tweaked something there. And it'll go out of bounds to Missouri State.
It's already 4 quick turnovers for the Aces against the Bears' high-pressure man defense. They've only put up 8 shots, while the Bears have put up 13, and, of course, they lead it 16-10.
Now Damian Mayo to the drive and the score. He looks for a game of recovery after he went 0 for 6 from the field against Drake and was held scoreless. Strawbridge with a miss. And it's Mayo for the rebound. Ahead it comes to Chance Moore, and yes!
He used the basket to kind of defend or warrant off the defender who was trying to block. The shot goes under the basket with reverse Don and hits that one high off the backboard.
Now the ball free and the scramble. The Aces away with it. And Spinelli's drive disrupted by Ridgenall. Up floor to Chance Moore. He will get 2 after the timeout. Chance Moore comes in and provides a spark to the Missouri State Bears. He'll be at the line when we come back at the under 12 in the first half.
And what if I want a new
points on 2 of 3 shooting and a couple of boards as well.
Bears are shooting 60% now, 9 of 15. Yeah, Dawson Carper out indefinitely and maybe for the year with that knee that's just not cooperating. And James Graham is also out for the Bears with a hand injury that he suffered against Northern Iowa. Bears now with a second of 2.
Yeah, Bears at the line this year, Don, right at 59% as a team. That's one stat you'd like to improve on. You get the freebies like that. Chance Moore misses both of them. Rebound came down to the Bears.
And Antoine Smith gets an ace foul.
Missouri State leading on the boards 11-3 so far.
And it comes to Ridgenall.
Well drawn up play there. Ridgenall had a lane. It was as big as a couple of football lines I've seen before. Nobody stopped him, and he hits the easy lay-in.
Round to Antoine Smith. There's a Missouri State blocking foul on Kendall Moore.
Good pass, too, by Kendall Moore to Ridgenall on that inbounds play. And, again, nobody stopped him. He comes from the high post through the lane and easily lays it in.
Bears have led all the way except for an early 2-2 tie. Spinelli gets fouled going in. That'll be a second foul to Kendall Moore.
Fans wanted a jump ball on that call. Official right there said there was some body. So Spinelli at the line for a couple here. He has scored a bucket already.
Spinelli, a freshman. Came in 7 of 13 from the free throw line. Donovan Clay gets Kendall Moore out now with 2 fouls.
Spinelli's game on the uptick right now. He's had new career highs the past 2 games, including 12 points against Murray.
1 out of 2. Chance Moore gets a look at 3 and won't go. The first Missouri State miss from deep. Now 2 of 3. Antoine Smith with a kick out. 3 is off the edge of the board. Clay works it to Chance Moore. Pretty good coverage there. Strawbridge gets an offensive foul as he hit Rafe Ayers.
Boy, Ayers perfectly positioned under the basket there to take that charge. He knew exactly what the offensive player was going to do. One step and takes the contact by Strawbridge.
Kenny Strawbridge, 16 points a game to lead the Aces. Bear fans may remember that he played 2 years at Alabama State, and that included a game here last year, a year ago in November, in which he had 12 points and went 5 of 10 shooting. Clay with a miss. Toomey on the rebound, and Calais is ahead of the pack for Evansville.
Yeah, with Donovan Clay taking that shot, nobody was back defensively, and an easy dunk for Evansville in the fast break opportunity.
Midway through the first half here in Springfield, Missouri. A lob for Mogbo, all in one motion. Look at that.
4th assist already for Donovan Clay. It's what he had all of Sunday. And he leads his team in assists. He's a 6'8" point forward for the Bears.
Clay got his 1,000th point in his 111th overall game. Again, combining Valparaiso and Missouri State. This is kicked out to Mogbo. And now he kicks it around a little. Finds Mayo. You'll rarely see a Bear take a mid-range shot like Mogbo had there. He was left open. Now he's wide open at the top, but we'll pass on that one. Down low, Mogbo, and looked like somebody had some jersey there, but it's by Mogbo and out of bounds, and Gage Bogue checks back in for the Aces.
A little too tall even for Mogbo, who can really jump out of the gym. Went off his fingertips and out of bounds. The Bears with turnover number 2 in the game. Meanwhile, Evansville's turned it over 5 times. Bears still on top on the boards, 13-6 in his first half.
Freshman N.J. Benson is off the Missouri State bench, and he's provided a spark from time to time. Bears with a 10-man active roster this evening.
Yeah, he shortened that bench a little bit. Played 8, but really 7 played most of the game against Drake on Sunday.
Benson gets control. And here's Ridgenall. Coleman gets the Evansville rebound and a Missouri State foul. It goes to Benson. Team foul number 5 on Missouri State. And it's Chance Moore, Kendall Moore, both returning. Kendall Moore with 2 fouls. Will have to be careful.
Dana Ford trying to get N.J. Benson to buy in like the rest of his teammates to defense. They have really played some solid defense this year. The better you play on that side of the court, the more time you're going to get on the basketball court.
Spin, and that's traveling on Toomey. Under 8 to go in the first half. Missouri State with a 24-13 lead over the Evansville Purple Aces on the Valley on ESPN. And the Division II National Championship game, which Evansville won 83-67 at the old Roberts Stadium in Evansville. Missouri State led by Jack Israel with 23 points, and Jay Kinzer had 16. Jack became a longtime educator here in Springfield, and Jay was a 15-year assistant to the Bears coaching legend Bill Thomas. Out to the arc for Missouri State. Bears still just above 50%, 11 of 21 shooting. And Clay gets close to the basket again.
Showing that muscle around the basket, Donovan Clay, little spin move, and hits the easy lay-in. He's got 6 points now.
And Toomey with the drive. The Frenchman, a native of Tunisia in North Africa, moved to France. Last year, played at Indian Hills in Iowa. for N.J. Benson at the block. He works his way in close. Tom, it seems to be either 3 attempts or shots right under the basket for the Bears.
I've heard Dana Ford say that they just don't have a mid-range game, layups or threes.
Yeah. They won't shoot that mid-range. No. You saw it. Here's a 3 for Marvin Coleman, his second of the game. Matches his point per game average of 8. Now let's follow what Benson and the Bears do here. Ridgenall passes up on the 3, but Chance Moore will take his shot at it, and that goes down. Moore still shooting above 40% from the three-point line. There's timeout call.
Yeah, it's his 25th tray of the season. That's a team high for the Bears. They've hit 116 coming into the game. As you see Moore well beyond the arc, and that's where most of those three-pointers come from. They've got all kinds of range between Ridgenall, who's hit now 17 on the season. Brian Trimble's hit almost 20. You've got Kendall Moore, who's hit 20, and Chance Moore now with 25 threes.
And the Bears doing what has kind of been their MO, holding their opponent down, outscoring their opponents by an average of 65 to 61. 61 points allowed per game is in the top 10% nationally.
See that high pressure man defense by the Bears.
Pass comes right to Alston Mason off the bench at guard for Missouri State. The Bear who transferred in from Oklahoma. To Chance Moore. 3 with a long rebound coming out to Clay. Now Clay burst to the basket, but he lost control. Evansville, by comparison, scoring 62 points a game, but allowing 72. Wins over Miami of Ohio, Robert Morris, Campbell, and Bellarmine. That's a 3 for Antoine Smith. His dad played at Dayton and at Northern Kentucky. And Antoine Smith comes to the ACE program from Collin County Community College. Back to a 10-point margin, and N.J. Benson is fouled for 2.
Such a talented freshman from Mount Vernon, Illinois. He was the conference and regional player of the year in high school, averaging a double-double and shooting 61%. You can see with his moves around the basket why he's got such a high field goal percentage.
Looking to improve that work at the free throw line, just 29%, 4 of 14. Kenny Strawbridge gets back in for Evansville. And 2 for 2 for N.J. Benson. Here's Mogbo.
That's huge. A guy that shoots 28% from the charity stripe to hit his first 2 in the game. It gives you all kinds of confidence. I know it's been a point of contention for Dana Ford and his coaching staff to really improve the free throw shooting. Gosh, you get the freebies there. Nobody guarding you. You got to hit those, right?
15-footers, man. Sometimes they're the hardest ones to make, right? Inside for Phillips. That's tipped and stolen by Mogbo, and Jonathan Mogbo, top 10 in the Valley in both blocked shots and steals. Holding true to that in this game. Here he is. Good look, but not quite. Turnaround and the score for Marvin Coleman.
Coleman already above his season average. He's got 10 points, 8-point per game average this year.
Under 4 to go in the first half. Moore, and that'll have to be tracked by Alston Mason. 5 to shoot. Ridgenall from the Bearhead. And a save. Toomey right to Chance Moore. Another miss. Mogbo, he won't miss again.
He's nearing a double-double already, Don. He's got 7 boards and 10 points. Also picked up 3 steals in this first half. So Mogbo stuffing some stats already in the game for the Bears.
Strawbridge. Foul called as Strawbridge hits the deck. This will take us down to the under 4 here in the first half. And Marvin Coleman with 2 threes and 10 points in the first half for the Aces, but Missouri State is up by 12.
This world is full of opportunities.
Great kid, have been described as just a fantastic human being. So our thoughts and prayers going out to the Buffalo Bills family and obviously Hamlin's family as well.
His GoFundMe for buying toys for children went from $2,000 to $4 million overnight. Just incredible, the support. Kenny Strawbridge at the line. He'll leave that first one out.
Well, Don, Evansville shooting extremely well. They're down by 12 here in this first half. 50% from the floor, 4 of 5 from three-point range, but they've turned the ball over 9 times. Bears have gotten 10 more shots than Evansville because of those turnovers.
The Bears just 3 turnovers by comparison. Under 3 to go in the first half. Mogbo covered pretty well there from Antoine Smith. Clay getting at least into the motion of a shot there.
Yeah, he's trying to cradle the ball going through the lane, being strong with it. He does draw the fouls. It was knocked out en route to the basket. He'll go to the line and shoot free throws here.
Now, Sean Toomey got the foul, and it's Donovan Clay. Sekou Kalei gets back into the Aces lineup.
Clay, of course, in the lineup replacing James Graham. And boy, he's made a difference for Missouri State. And that experience he's had in the Valley. Hits 2 free throws there. 8 points already for the point guard of the Bears.
At the top, Strawbridge. This will be off of Coleman and into the Bears bench to assistant coach Sheldon Everett.
10th turnover now for the Aces here in the first half. They come in, they average just 12 per game. Actually fewer than the Bears do, but 10 already in this first half for the Purple Aces.
Bears by 14 and closing in on final 2 minutes of the first half. Rafe Ayers kind of stumbles in, and that's called a held ball. And there may be a problem here now with a shoulder for Kalei.
Well, he was leaning over, tried to stop Ayers on the drive and may have been hit awkwardly. Reaching in, and
he just extended a little bit there.
Yeah, as Ayers was going through, just pulled his arm through as well. He's getting some treatment on the sidelines right now.
That one misses the iron. Missouri State away with a rebound. Bears have dominated on the glass. Now 17-9 on the boards. Clay to the basket and back out for Ridgenall. The lob for Mogbo. Too far under and taken by Smith.
Typically happens when a big man puts it on the floor under the basket.
Original up big for the board. And Clay steps in and hits, and he'll shoot one.
See how he cradles the ball as he goes through the lane. Traffic in front of him, on the side of him. He just rips it through. Look at him cradle the ball. Goes up strong, little contact, count the basket, and he goes to the line for an and one.
Chris Moncrief is in the game for Evansville. Out of Pittsburgh, and a freshman. It's Clay for one. This will go to Evansville, out of bounds.
So the Bears 4 of 7 from the line so far in the game.
Well, above 50, but not by much. Back out to the top with under a minute to go in the first half for the Aces. Coleman underneath. Taken away by Benson. Clay backs it out to center court. We'll work with this shot clock number of 12 seconds. Now down to 10. And Clay, and that's kind of mid-range, but a miss. Ridgenall with another. Scramble for the ball, and Ayers takes the legs out from under his opponent, Strawbridge.
But a good hustling foul by Rafe Ayers there, trying to get the loose ball, but he dove right at the legs of the Evansville player, and we'll go down the other side with 5 seconds, just under 5 seconds left in the first half, and shoot free throws.
Here it comes. Leaving it all out there. So it's Strawbridge shooting.
Well, and the job the Bears have done against their leading scorer, Kenny Strawbridge, no points so far in the first half up until that point.
Now one.
Came in averaging 16 points a game, but credit Clay, credit Chance Moore, different guys that have drawn the assignment of Kenny Strawbridge, and to keep him down to now 2 points in the half is huge.
Spinelli will get back in for the Aces. 4.9 seconds left.
Little pressure put on by Evansville here.
Ogbo quickly all the way and fouled with 0.7 left. Preston Phillips gets his second. Ogbo earned these. He too working on his free throw shooting at just 48% for the year.
Well, Coach Ford wasn't kidding when he talked about the mid-range game not being there. That includes free throws, doesn't it?
Ogbo, 7 points, 8 boards in the Drake game. It's 1 out of 2. And that'll do it. 40-25. Missouri State with the lead over Evansville at halftime. You're at Great Southern Bank Arena in Springfield, Missouri. The Bears, 06. And John was such a great Missouri State supporter.
Oh, fantastic. Matter of fact, I actually did some broadcasts with him here several years ago. He'd been around. Matter of fact, the old locker room at Missouri State at Hammond Student Center was named after him and his wife, the family foundation.
Sekou Kalei clearly is not going to be back with that big wrap on his right shoulder that he, I don't want to say dislocated because we don't know for sure, but a very big extension on it there late in the half.
Yeah, he leaned over and ran to the bench. When that occurred, Rafe Ayers pulled the ball and his arm towards the basket, and that was unfortunate situation.
Underneath for Mogbo for Missouri State to get the second half started. Kendall Moore gets a start in the second half for the Bears. And this will be taken by Yassine Toomey.
Bears look like they want to force it inside and try to use their size advantage, especially with Calais out. Calais 6'10". So with him out, Bears feel like they can push it inside and get some points in that manner.
Toomey out to the corner and to the arc for Kenny Strawbridge. Clay pulls down the miss. And right out to Ayers. These teams will rematch on February 12th. That is Super Bowl Sunday at the Ford Center for a 1 o'clock start. Of course, the whole football season is kind of in an unknown status right now.
So Kendall Moore in for Mayo Jr. to start this second half.
Ridgenall goes down. And two aces crash to the floor. They're both slow in getting up. Rebound to Mogbo with only 3 ace defenders down there, and Strawbridge gets a foul. For a moment it was 5-on-3, but both players for Evansville are up now.
Looked like they hit heads right at midcourt. Very slow getting up, and Dana Ford, which you missed as you were watching the players, he was so frustrated that Mogbo wasn't able to finish down low. The Bears had a 2-on-1 situation. He was fouled and goes to the line for 2 here.
Mogbo is 5 for 7. I think both misses were right under the basket. Now he's 1 for 3 at the free throw line. The Bears have doubled up Evansville nearly on the boards, now 22-12. And 1 out of 2.
See Clay gets Strawbridge again. Did a great job on him. No field goals in the first half for Strawbridge.
Yeah, just the 2 free throws. And he went 2 for 4 at the line. That goes to Toomey.
Good feed by Coleman. Penetration in the kick.
Mogbo with his 3rd dunk of the evening. For 14 points, a game high.
3 rebounds away from a double-double for Mogbo.
Out to the arc from Toomey to Coleman. And Clay gets in the way for the steal. Ace foul to Preston Phillips. That'll be his 3rd.
Clay picks up the team's 8th steal. Again, half of those by Jonathan Mogbo.
And he's on the lead end and has been several times of these passes. Saw a little jersey grab there for a second. Mogbo in the pivot again, and Kendall Moore looks at 3 and knocks that one in. Kendall Moore with 21 threes on the year, trailing only Chance Moore for the team lead. Bear foul to Mogbo is first.
Talked about Mogbo, 6 for 8 from the floor, Don. Comes in shooting 57% from the floor, so this is nothing unusual for him to shoot a high percentage in a game like this. Toomey misses the first free throw a little flat there.
And that one stays out. Missouri State shoots for a 20-point lead. Broken up there by Strawbridge.
Looking for Clay on the weak side. Little alley-oop attempt by Donovan Clay, but good defense by Evansville to hold him back from getting that leap towards the basket.
Out to Clay. And his pass deflected by Toomey.
Again, intended for Mogbo. He really looks for Mogbo.
To the basket and rejected.
Ridgenall with the block there.
Now Clay not there. Rafe Ayers coming around with a foul. It will be his third.
Trying to post up Kenny Strawbridge down low. Ayers had the assignment that time, got a piece of the arm. As Benson checks in, along with Chance Moore. Mogbo and Ayers checking out for Missouri State.
Toomey goes over Clay, but that's short. There's N.J. Benson on the lead end. He'll muscle up and get fouled. And he'll shoot after the break. Bears up 46-27 over Evansville, and Kendall Moore with his first points of the evening with the three. Bears by 19.
Yeah, the Bears have 11 more shots taken than Evansville. 12 turnovers have been costly for the Aces. The Bears have only turned it over 7 times.
N.J. Benson to the free throw line for Missouri State. That's 5 points for Benson. He's the only active Bear not to have scored in double digits this year, so he's halfway there now. Young career high is 8 points. And he gets his own rebound off a free throw. Someone behind us said he's now my favorite player. Aces will take it the other way. The spin by Coleman, and that's into the bleachers.
Yeah, spin move and the ball knocked out of his hands by one of the Bears. I think that was Chance Moore that got the ball. So Evansville will have it under their basket, and Coleman will trigger it.
The DJ caught that live ball there. Strawbridge battling Ayers, and the score. Kenny Strawbridge with his first field goal tonight.
DJ didn't try to spin the ball, did he?
Maybe on his finger, but not on the platter.
So Donovan Clay not out there, so Bears trying to run the offense without the big man running the point.
It'll be Mason to take this one in, and the score for Mason among the taller defenders. The first points of the night for Alston Mason.
Talk about waiting to the very last moment to get that shot off. He nearly was back on the ground when he actually flicked it up there and got it to bank in.
Off to the arc to Strawbridge, and that's a three, and Kenny Strawbridge heating up now.
Well, I'll tell you.
Yeah, very quiet first half.
Beautiful no-look pass by Coleman, too.
Benson against Toomey. And N.J. Benson powers it up and in. Other way, Coleman down hard, and it counts for Marvin Coleman. Three Bears and an ace check in.
And one of those being Donovan Clay. Dana Ford didn't think the offense was running real smooth without him on the floor, so he gets a little bit of a break. He's back out there, but Coleman, well, I'll tell you, the assist just moments ago, now the basket here in the lane. He has been, for Evansville, he has been the man in this game. 12 points, also leads them in assists in this game with 4. He's only turned it over one time, so of the 12 turnovers, he's only got 1.
13 now for Coleman. The foul was on N.J. Benson, his second. A 3 for Kendall Moore is left short. Toomey leaves it out there. Moore ends up flat on his back. The Bears get the ball out of that scrum. Kendall Moore. And out of bounds to the Aces.
Like Mogbo went above one of the Aces down low and knocked it out. So it'll be Evansville basketball. Bears still dominating on the boards. 26-15. They're paced by Mogbo with 8.
Spinelli into the traffic. 3 Bears were there along with Toomey in the lane. Get it to Chance Moore at the arc, and that's a 3, his second of the evening. Missouri State hits his 5th 3 of the evening.
Kendall Moore to Chance Moore with the dime.
Miss on the Aces end. Out of bounds into the end of the bench. We'll get a called timeout here, the first of the second half at the 12:42 mark to go. 54-35, the lead for Missouri State.
Fans enjoying little John Denver. Loving that. You see the 2 players that we featured in the pregame, Don.
This is the Bridge versus the Ridge matchup here.
Yep, pretty similar numbers. However, Ridgenall, you got to throw out 6 rebounds for him. He's also blocked a shot. He has an assist and a steal in 26 minutes.
And the Bridge puts in another. He has 9 in the game now with 7 points here in the second half.
Couple notes here for the Bears. Jonathan Mogbo with a career high 5 steals now. Don, the Bears just 1 away from their season high of 11.
Mogbo with the miss there. And the ace miss for Strawbridge. Evansville can't seem to get much closer than about 17 right now. Donovan Clay is fouled by Antoine Smith. That will give us a timeout at under 12. Missouri State up 54-37. It's college basketball tonight on the Valley on ESPN. This will be Missouri State's ball. As Clay brings it in long to Kendall Moore.
Still no Damian Mayo here in the second half, Don. He started the game. Hopefully everything's okay with him.
Clay strong to the hole. The follow, and he's fouled.
Well, we compared our 2 players, Bridge and Ridge, before the game, but if you look at Clay and Coleman's numbers, you'll see some similarities as well. Rebounding, passing the ball. Here's an offensive rebound for Clay and the putback. He's already in double figures with 12 and can add to that from the foul line here. But the 2 point guards have really been putting on a show in this one.
A 4th foul to Antoine Smith. And that's 13 now for Donovan Clay. Mogbo with 14. And the Bears are back up by 20. That has tied their biggest margin for a 3rd time.
See the comparison there for those two.
13 on each side, almost identical. Strawbridge the miss. Kendall Moore, he's 2 on 2, and he finds Ridgenall up and through and under and in. And Ridgenall to double figures with 10. The other way, Missouri State foul. We'll get some free throws.
Watch this reverse by Ridgenall under the basket. Lickety split. That's a tough shot. Went up with his left hand, moving away from the basket, able to bank it home, and he celebrates going down the floor with the little swimming motion.
Donovan Clay gets his first foul, and Chris Moncrief with 2. Out of Pittsburgh, he averaged 19 points a game for his high school last year. First point of the evening.
Evansville 5 for 11 from the charity stripe. Bears 8 for 14, so they've won that category so far.
The lob for Benson. There he is. And blocked by Toomey. Back to Benson. He'll challenge again, but the ball is stripped away. Alston Mason replaces Kendall Moore. 10:45 to play and 10 to shoot for the Bears.
So the Bears in Valley games, Don, giving up 56 points a game this year. Overall 61, so 5 below their season average in Valley play.
Ridgenall with a follow. Second chance, more points in the paint for Missouri State. Kind of the next verse of the same song. And Spinelli with an answer on the Aces end. Ridgenall from out long at the 10-minute mark to go. Keeping a hand out on Ridgenall very deep, and Chance Moore puts in all net for his 3rd 3 of the evening.
Step back tray for Chance Moore. Now 27 from beyond the arc this season. That was a tough one. He stepped back at least 5 feet to get that shot off past the arc.
Coleman stumbles to the basket, and Ridgenall blocks Toomey. Down to Mason. And Moore following up. And there's a foul call.
Watch this step back. My goodness. 6 foot at least. He stepped back, leaped back for that 3, and now he goes to the line for some free throws. You see why the Bears are averaging, 27 points per game off the bench. You've got your leading scorer coming off the bench, and Chance Moore, and you get bounces like that too.
Friendly there for Chance Moore. Now the Bears have 4 in double figures, all between 12 and 14 points. Moore has 12.
$25 points off the bench for the Bears in this one.
Poke from behind, but a foul called. Chance Moore is first.
Spinelli's given Evansville a nice look here the last few ball games, along with Coleman at guard. He's not intimidated out there.
Strawbridge to the basket.
Oh, tough play. What a shot by Strawbridge. Knocked to the floor and still strong enough to get that one in. He's in double figures. Chance Moore taking a swipe at it. Getting his arm. Picking up the foul. Count the basket for Kenny Strawbridge.
3-point play, and it's Strawbridge with 12. Missouri State still comfortably ahead with under 9 to go. Mogbo will launch. Tapped out to Chris Moncrief, and all alone at Strawbridge. And timeout. Some bright moments for Evansville here, but still a long way to go.
You've got 5 or 6 between 8 and 10 points. So a pretty balanced attack. It's a different guy just about every night, Don.
Right. Chance Moore, the leading scorer earlier in the season, and Mogbo has picked it up tonight. Dalen Ridgenall has stepped up for the Bears. Clay back to him and in. $15 now for Clay with 7 rebounds and 5 assists. Make that 8 rebounds and 5 assists as we update. Out to the arc. Strawbridge with a miss. Mogbo, yeah, another
9th.
Moore for 3. There's times when he just knows it's going in. Coleman's 3. That's down.
Game of horse broke out here at Great Southern Bank Arena. Bears 7 for 17 from 3-point range in the game. Not bad for Evansville either, 6 for 10.
Just those turnovers for Evansville, especially in the first half. Now for Missouri State, there's their 9th of the evening. And a foul coming the other way. So we are under 7 to go with timeout. 71-48 Missouri State, and Chance Moore has emerged as the Bears scoring leader again tonight with 16. On the Valley on ESPN.
To you, it may just be an elevator.
Here goes nothing.
Let's lead that one. We do have a heck of a battle between Drake and SIU going on in Carbondale. 5 minutes to play. Drake up 1, 45-44. But I was looking at Donovan Clay's numbers again. He was our player of the game Sunday against Drake, but I wouldn't be surprised if Donovan Clay picks up a triple-double this year sometime, Don.
Tonight he's got 15 with 8 boards and 6 assists. Fairly close right now. Not sure he can get 4 more assists in 6 minutes, but we'll see. Ayers with a lob for Mogbo. Clay with a follow. But a miss. On the aces end, no connection, and it's Chance Moore with Coleman all over him. And now Kendall Moore. Mogbo the board. A 3-point miss. And Mogbo with his 10th rebound now. 14 points, 10 boards. Moncrief not there. And Toomey, no. stolen by Moore.
10th steal of the game for the Bears. That matches a season high in that category.
Jonathan Mogbo's 10 rebounds tie his season and career best for Missouri State. He had 10 at UIC in late November. Coleman puts it down. Amy Bonner says it's an official timeout for her. And there is maybe blood for Spinelli or an injury or something, and Spinelli's coming out. Looked like he might have favored his left wrist there. And indeed, he's feeling it now.
Meanwhile, the Bears on a bit of a scoring drought. 0 for their last 5, 2 of their last 10. They haven't scored in the last 2-14, but lead this one by 21.
They dropped under 50% overall shooting. Toomey for Coleman. And that's a 20-point night for Marvin Coleman.
Came in averaging just 8 points a game, Don.
Out of Las Vegas, and again the 4 years at UNLV. Under 5 minutes left. Clay with a score. And that's bounced right to Gene Grimshaw. Unfortunately, he's out of eligibility.
16th turnover in the game for Evansville, as Alston Mason checks back in for the Bears. Again, no sighting of Damian Mayo in this second half.
Appears to be well on the bench.
You got to remember, Evansville head coach David Ragland got this job in May, late May, so he didn't have a lot of opportunity to recruit. He's going to get his players here, and we'll see how things go after that.
Foul to Rafe Ayers will be his 4th. And with under 4 to go, 73-52 Bears, and Donovan Clay putting on a show on the inside tonight for Missouri State with 17 points.
To you, it may just be an elevator.
Here goes nothing.
But for a young homeowner becoming their parents, it's a learning opportunity.
Come on in.
Came down to Indiana State with a minute and a half left in their game.
Belmont leading on the road. That's the Bears' next opponent. They're leading on the road at Illinois Chicago by 10 with just over 6 minutes left in that contest.
Kenny Strawbridge shooting here, and that left wrist of Gabe Spinelli is still really bothering him. It's been a rough night for the Aces already, with Sekou Kalei on the bench with ice on his shoulder and not returning, and now ice on the right hand or wrist there for Spinelli. .16 for Kenny Strawbridge with 14 in the second half. The lob for N.J. Benson, and he gets right underneath and close, and Benson gets his new Missouri State high with 9 points and needs just 1 for his first double-digit game as a Bear now. Coleman has one poked over to David Ragland.
Coleman, a solid player. You talked about a triple-double he had while he was at UNLV. That was against New Mexico. He is putting up some numbers tonight. 20 points to lead the Aces in scoring. Also leads them on the boards from his point guard position. 8 rebounds and, of course, 4 assists. He's only turned the ball over 1 time, and he's played 35 minutes in this one, Don.
Miss of the front end there, and Missouri State still up 21 as we approach 3 minutes to go. Ayers for 3. Put that one in the book for Rafe Ayers with his first points. His 3rd 3 of the season. Now all the Bears who have played have scored tonight. Ridgenall gets up for the rebound. That will be the 5th foul on Antoine Smith. He'll be done. And now Smith is out and 2 other aces are injured. And it's running thin over there on the Evansville bench.
Bears on the boards. 41 rebounds to 24 for Evansville. That was a 9th by Ridgenall, so he is 1 rebound away from a double-double. Donovan Clay 1 rebound away from a double-double.
If they could each get 1 more rebound, have you ever seen 3 double-doubles
No.
on a team? Ridgenall for 1 more.
And the free throw shooting, 12 for 18 now for Missouri State. That's a robust 67%.
It picked up late in the game. Bears do get to 80 tonight. Just 3 away from their season high now. Turn and the score for Chris Moncrief. Minutes left. Underneath. And a foul to Mugbo. Will be his 2nd.
That'll send Strawbridge to the line. In this game, Strawbridge already 5 of 7, just behind Coleman in points scored with 16. Don had mentioned Strawbridge had 2 at halftime, both free throws, so he's come alive in this second half.
Aces have to have production out of him too. Timeout for David Ragland and Evansville with 1:50 left. Is deserving. Chance Moore 16 points. Dalen Ridgenall 14. N.J. Benson with his career and season high of 9. It has been a good night to be a Bear here at Great Southern Bank Arena.
16 offensive rebounds too, so they have been aggressive, played good defense.
Bears led throughout except for the early 2-2 tie. Missouri State will improve to 8-7. They'll go to 4-1 in the Valley and then head to Nashville. Actually leaving tomorrow for that game. A 3 for Chance Moore. And that's his 5th 3 of the game. And the Bears now with their new high for the year. 83 points.
He's got that step back 3 down, doesn't he?
Great touch. And Coleman with a score.
I really like Marvin Coleman. Point guard, but he can score. Gets on the boards, does a little bit of everything. 6'3". He's a 5th-year player.
Evansville will drop to 4-12 and 0-5 in the conference. Poke and a steal by Toomey. And he'll ram it home. Bears in no hurry now. They'll take this down to only one more necessary shot.
Yeah, they've got their season high, matched their season high in points with 83, as you'd mentioned.
To the basket, Alston Mason off the glass. And that will do it as the Bears set several season highs this evening in an 85-62 win over the Evansville Purple Aces. As Dana Ford's Bears are now 4-1 in Missouri Valley Conference play and on a major upswing as they win their 4th consecutive game overall